this moment, these moments that we live for, that His presence comes and hovers and we can feel it. Aren't you so thankful for Jesus? Aren't you so thankful for the price that He paid on the cross to pay for our sin and give us mercy and grace? But more than that, I love that He wanted us. He wants us. He loves to be with us. Would you lift your hands? I just want you to tune into that for a moment of just saying, God, thank you for the cross. There's no one like you, Jesus. Thank you. Press into you tonight. I love your presence. I love you. Morning stars, morning sun, the Savior of the world was falling.
Testing, 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 testing,
His blood poured out,
testing,
the weight of every
testing, testing.
final breath he gave, as heaven looked away, the Son of God was laid in darkness. A battle in
make sure I got everything set up. Thank you so much for your patience. I am sorry that we're starting just a couple of minutes behind. It's been quite a day. So let's go ahead, and before we get started, let's open up in a word of prayer. Dear Lord, I thank you so much, God, for this day. I thank you for your many blessings. Lord, I thank you for each and every one of these students that are here today, God. I thank you for their hard work. I thank you for giving them a work ethic that they are learning how to tap into. And God, as we prepare to let some of these students go into the real world and into the workforce, God, I pray, Lord, that they have learned things here, God, that they can take with them. Lord, that your grace and mercy would go with them, that your favor would be on them, Father. I pray, Lord, that they draw close to you in every aspect of their lives. Lord, for those who are staying, God, I pray, Lord, that they also just cultivate a strong relationship with you, Jesus, but also, God, that they would really take time over this next year or 2 years to really invest in their futures. Lord, I thank you so much for each one of these students. I thank you so much for each of these instructors. God, I pray, Lord, that you would give us a wonderful award ceremony. In your precious name we pray. And everybody said? Amen. Okay. All right. So today, and you'll just have to adjust me because I know I'm loud. I'm sorry. Things have been a little crazy. We've been all over today, and we might have a few that are still slipping in because I didn't know. You guys have already slipped in. Excellent job. We had a graduation ceremony this morning for some of our students over in Bay Minette, so they were coming back. Thank you so much for those of you who drove the roads alongside me to get there and get back. But we're going to go through, and we really want to make this a super awesome opportunity for the students to recognize all of the hard work that they've done, and also give you a chance for your instructors to kind of award you and decorate you with different types of pins and cords, okay? So let's go ahead, and I'm actually going to ask 2 students to come and join me on stage. And guys, I'm so sorry I left your papers back in the back, but can I get Miss Auburn Weisenhunt and Mr. Luke Matthews to please come to the front real quick? Okay, so I have a few questions, and they knew that they were coming up. I did not spur this on them. I wanted them to have a little bit of a heads up. But I have some questions that I have asked them, and they are just going to provide their answers as best you can remember. I really wish I would have brought your papers. Oh well, hindsight. Okay, Auburn, do you like school?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite subject?
Pre-cal.
Excellent. Luke, do you like school?
No, ma'am.
Cool. What subject do you like the most, though, while you're here?
Anatomy.
Cool. All right. Second question. Auburn, once you graduate high school, what are your career goals?
I'm going to go get my CNA certification.
Nice. And then, well, not your CNA, because we're kind of letting the cat out of the bag, but she's done that. Okay, so you'd actually like to do what?
My pharmacy tech certification.
Which is why I should have printed out your answers. I'm sorry. All right, and then Luke, once you graduate high school, what would you like to do?
Become an out-of-town welder.
Sweet. In 50 years, both of these individuals will be 68 years old, and I hope I am not here to see it. I hope I'm with Jesus, loving life. But in 50 years, I want you to tell me what life looks like for you.
Watching my grandbabies on a little farm.
I love it. All right, Luke, what about you?
Have an open gym. Open a gym.
Open a gym, make some money. That's right. Okay, then last question. Can you tell me why you decided to join this program?
Because I wanted to see what the medical field was all about.
Cool. Luke?
To figure out what I want to do after high school.
Awesome. You guys did great. Give them a round of applause. You can have a seat. Okay, I spoke with both of these students in advance to see if they'd be willing to assist me, and they both agreed. I did not change any answers. I didn't tell them to change any of their answers. I just wanted them to be prepared. I cherry-picked these 2 students because I tried really hard to think of 2 students who are the most polar opposites of one another in our program. Did I do well? Yes. Okay, if you know both of these students, they are very different from each other by God's design. I could not imagine putting Luke in a pharmaceutical office. That would be a nightmare for everyone involved, right? Similarly, I could not imagine putting Auburn in a welding hood. Also a nightmare, right? Each of you have unique callings. And I truly believe that both of you are uniquely called to walk in your career path, both with similar hopes for success and reasonings to join. I want to bring this point across. The Career Tech program is not a normal program. It's designed to assist students who might plan to go to college for 12 to 14 years and get a graduate and go beyond that to a doctorate degree. But it's also intended for students who might want to go straight to work. We want to partner these students with a mentor who can help them bridge the gap between high school and the next step while still confirming that this is a career pathway they want to pursue. Often, I tell the students that when they choose to join this program, just like high school is not like High School Musical, in the same way, the emergency room is not like Grey's Anatomy. And part of this is figuring that out, right? Trying to figure out what's gonna be a future career pathway for you. Okay, this program is unlike any other program that I know of, and I don't say that lightly because I get to speak to career tech directors at conferences from Phoenix, Arizona, to Kenosha, Wisconsin, to Atlanta, Georgia. We have raised awareness that a program like this is a beacon for our students. We have a neighboring school in Foley who will actually kickstart their career tech program this upcoming fall using our blueprint to build their program. As of right now, we are one, if not the only, private school in the United States who has a career tech program. This new school in Foley will be number 2. We also have a headmaster from another school in Myrtle Beach who is coming in a couple of weeks to learn how the program works. Students, you should be proud of what you're doing because you are trailblazing the pathway for the others across the country to follow. We have many students who choose to follow one pathway for a semester or a year, then completely change to a different pathway afterward. I refer to those students as crossovers, and they're some of my favorite stories. The students who come to me and say something like, "Can I try something else out?" is some of my favorite things to share. And real quick, that just happened this year. I had a student who is in our skilled trade but was really interested in possibly doing physical therapy. He came to me and he told me, he was like, "Ms. LaCroix, I just want to see if this is something that I might be interested in." And he was like, "I don't know if it's the Holy Spirit or if it's like," he didn't say this, but in my mind I was thinking, "or the pizza that you ate last night?" Like it could be, he just wanted to try it out, right? Like, let's see. And he was like, "But I'm scared to change my whole track." So I said, "Absolutely. I've got a great partner with a former faith student and a current faith parent who's a physical therapist." And I knew I could touch base with this parent and make sure that I explained the situation and tell him what was going on. And the business agreed, and at the end of the day, that student came back and said, or the next day, "Ms. LaCroix, that man was great. He talked to me about what he was doing while he was doing it. We saw a lot of different patients, and I learned so much information. But please never send me back there because physical therapy is not for me." And those are the stories that are my favorite because that's the whole point, right? A lot of us, maybe there are people in this room who knew what they wanted to do from the time that they were walking. It was not me. I tell them all the time that I was going to be an eye doctor, right? So my plan obviously fell to pieces. And that's how most people, you start out with this one thought and life is simply getting to where you currently are. Okay. I do love this program because it creates stories and experiences for students that they cannot get anywhere else. You receive certifications and training and courses that help prep them in the field for what they are going to want to pursue. I want you to know this, students. You have been each equally created by God and are loved so much by Him. But know that you are still human and you will still mess up. I'm not sure if your stories are going to line up like Luke or Auburn's or whose, but it doesn't really matter. Because I can tell you this, God loves you anyway, and He has a purpose and a plan for your life. He has put passions in you that no one else can fill, and I truly believe something that Mr. Skelton has always said, that you have the ability to do one thing better than 10,000 other people. You know, in the Bible, God uses eloquent writers such as Paul in the New Testament and David in the Old Testament to fill the pages of His Word with beautiful words, but I would also like to point out that He even used a donkey at one point to carry the prophet Balaam in the Old Testament. With all of that being said, God can use anybody to speak to you. And if you don't hear anything else, I do want you to hear this, that God has a plan and a purpose for your life that only you can feel, and this is just the beginning. The Bible says that it'll rain on the just and the unjust. You will have hard times and you will have good times, but God is always in control. He loves you. The program is the beginning of you stretching those adult wings and getting ready to see what the world is about. embrace it. Okay, now that I've preached, I'm moving on with the Academy Awards. I know that's cheesy, but everybody likes cheese, even the lactose intolerant. I would like to say thank you to everyone, parents included, for your flexibility. I know these were not ideal circumstances. I know we were still not even able to have everyone present for today's awards, but I do appreciate the sacrifice for all of you that did join us. We will go through everything as quickly and efficiently as possible. But first, I would like to share with you some information about the 95 students that are sitting in these seats. We are missing a couple because of some sicknesses, but these students have earned, our medical, paralegal, and childhood development students have earned certifications that include their HIPAA certification, bloodborne pathogen. Some of the students are actually going to speak and share some of the certifications that they've learned, but they've also had the opportunity for the skilled trade and engineering to earn their OSHA 10. You guys have done a lot. I went back and looked on average for a student who has repeated, and this is their second year. Most of you have earned about 110 hours worth of observation time or put that in over the past 2 years. For students who are just juniors this year, you've put in about 35. And then for my seniors, if you were just a senior this year, then you've put in close to 65. I'll have to go back and look at those exact numbers if you want to, but you should be so incredibly proud of yourself. Okay, we're going to begin by passing out some of these recognitions, and because things have been so close to the wire today, I'm going to give instructions to our beautiful, aren't they great people up here? I'm so thankful for them. To our beautiful instructors, so that way you guys will know. Ms. Jester, I'm going to get you to place the cords on the students. We're going to start with the engineering students. And Ms. Dewitt, do you mind passing out some of these certificates? And they're going in order. So front left corner will be where you start. Okay. Now, for each of these students, this looks very different. We've had the opportunity to work with 3 different colleges total. The first one is the University of South Alabama, and that is for our engineering program. Our engineering students have been able to earn some some of the skilled trade certifications, but they have also worked really hard and the seniors have taken their Engineering 101 course through South Alabama, which is going to be the very first class that you take as an engineering student, and they've already done it. They spent, I believe it was 6 different labs up at South, but they'll talk more to you about that in just a few minutes. So we're going to begin when I call your names. If you guys don't mind, you're just going to walk up on this side, walk across, and then walk back down. Very complicated. You guys got it, okay? We're going to begin with Mr. Christian Freeman, who is not present. He is currently playing baseball, so go Christian. Next, we will have Mr. Gavin Sowers, if you would like to come forward. Lead the way, sir. Next, we have Mr. Landon Sims. Next, we have Mr. Jackson Villegas Williams. Then, Mr. Connor Yeager. These are our seniors, and guys, if you will, just make a couple of lines right here. We're going to snag your picture real quick, if you don't mind, actually. Yeah, somewhere in the center. And then we also have 2 juniors who have joined engineering this year, and they were not able to take the engineering course this year, but they did earn their National Technical Honor Society certificate, and that is Miss Michaela Cheatham and Mr. Brody Baggett. If you will, please give these students a round of applause. I don't know how this is going to work with this here. Hey, since y'all are able, can you just slide that over? You did great. All right, thank you so much. You can have a seat. Okay, next we are going to recognize our skilled trade students. These students took an NCCER course, and they've received that certification, as well as some of them were actually able to go on Bishop State's site and work some of the Gene Haas CNC machines. So they will be receiving their Bishop State cords, starting with Mr. Caleb Adams, then Mr. Ryan Alexander, Brady Alford, Tristan Dahlem, Luke Matthews, JT Pierce, Marley Steele, and we have 3 juniors who have already started their journey, but they will be receiving their National Technical Honor Society certificates. That is Mr. Grant Harbin, Landon Ryan, and Drake Wise. If you will, please give these students a round of applause. Okay, now we will be moving on to Coastal Alabama Community College. So we have a very strong relationship with Coastal because they actually help support us in a lot of different programs. So we're going to begin with our airframe and power plant, and we have the honor of having Mr. Jim Pickard here. He's going to be distributing some goodie bags, but they will be receiving cords for their hours that they have completed, as well as National Technical Honor Society certificates. We are very proud of this part of the program. We started with 5 this year. Next year, we're hopeful that we will have a total of 10, but these students actually travel every day at the end of the school day, and instead of going to 7th period, they go meet Mr. Pickard at Chickasaw High School, and then they work on airplanes. It's a pretty cool gig, if you ask me. All right, beginning with Mr. Cullen Brown, Miss Marley Steele, Miss Ardella Glasscock, oh, be careful, Mr. Gideon Havens, and Miss Jasenia McKinstry. Please give these students a round of applause. You guys are doing great. They even made a nice little arc with tallest in the center. Great job. Please don't fall. Okay, next we would like to commend our child development students. So these students have actually, some of them have completed their program all the way throughout, which means that they were invited to participate in the graduation ceremony this morning. So most of them have been able to return, but we do understand that some of them had family that were coming in out of town, and they are missed. But I don't believe that everyone is here, but we'll recognize those that are. We will begin with Miss Tinsley Classman, Mr. Anthony Crosby, Miss Emma Lawson, Mia Lott, Ashlyn Shell, and Gabriel Summerlin. If you will, give these students a round of applause. Awesome. Hold tight. Okay. This is your pin because you've actually completed the program and graduated. All right, if you guys will have a seat. Thank you. Okay, next, we are going to recognize another new portion of our program, which I'm very excited about, and is our culinary department. We have had a total of 9 students who have worked very much in all kinds of circumstances. Having a culinary department, if you know Miss Rapier, you know she gets really excited. And I am the one who, when she gets excited, I get excited alongside her, which is a beautiful thing, except sometimes it gets me in a little bit of trouble. I will say, with the culinary program, though, when she called and told me who she had met and all of the details of it, I was so incredibly excited as well. And even though this has been a journey for everyone that has been in culinary, it has been so worth it. These students have done absolutely phenomenal. So I'm actually going to ask Chef Beltran if she will come forward and hand out the culinary pins. These students, as our inaugural class, will be able to wear their culinary pins, their little chef hats, on your graduation cap and gown. Okay? All right, so if you will, please come forward whenever I call your name, beginning with Miss Gabrielle Alexander, Miss Mary Cockrell, Miss Emily Dowdle, Mr. Clayton Hensel, Miss Copeland Lighthead, Mr. Jaden Nettles, Miss Brookaylin Ransom, sorry Brookaylin, and Mr. Thomas Weatherly. Please give these students a round of applause. Just like siblings, get together like you love one another. Excellent. Thank you. When we first started our Career Tech program, I had every intention of working with plumbers and electricians and HVAC techs. I had no idea that there would be people interested in the medical field as far as the trades went, but we had our very first interest program included, or interest breakfast had a couple of people from medical in there, and once we opened up the door, man, the doors have been overflowing with people. It is one of our strongest tracks. We are so proud of our medical students that we've actually had to split the medical program into 2 different tracks because we can only accommodate so many students. So we have our medical general, and that is for students who might be interested in things more along the lines of lab work or a veterinary clinic or even mental health. But then we also have another set of students who have completed their CNAs. For right now, we're actually going to begin by recognizing our medical general students. Okay? These students have completed courses such as medical terminology through Coastal Alabama, so they will be receiving a cord and then their National Technical Honor Society certificate, beginning with Miss Layla Allen, Miss Selena DeFala, Mr. Noah Guray, Miss Anaya Jordan, Miss Naya Mitchell, Miss Ava Murrah, Miss Madeline Nurse, Miss Macy Stewart, and Mr. Cole Streety. These are our seniors. Continuing on with our juniors who have just started their endeavor and get to spend one full more year with me. Lucky you. Beginning with Mr. Drew Beeson, Miss Danica Bodiford, Aiden Braswell, Corelli Clark, Jordan Fawver, Ella Catherine Franklin, Carly Johnson, Anna Keith, Landry May, Michaelin McElroy, Cade McKinnon, Ava Nicholas, Selah Kate Skelton, Olivia Watson, and Miss Kaylin Wilson. There's so many, I told you there's so many. And these are just the general ones. All right, can y'all make, yeah, y'all really have to act like you love one another. Can you make a third row right here possibly, right here on the front? There we go. Keep coming. Keep coming. Thank you so much. Oh, you're the best. I don't even know what happened to this. That's great. Okay, next, we're actually going to jump to our paralegal students. We've had about 6 students in the program for several years, but this year we kind of had a dip. And I got a little nervous because it makes me nervous anytime numbers go down because my job is to make sure that they stay up. However, we just had a very short dip of only 2 students. Next year, we have over 10 that will be in the program. So I would like to begin by first recognizing a student who actually completed her paralegal certificate in substantive law last year. It sounds very fancy. I've worked very hard on saying those words. And she was able to participate in Coastal's graduation last year, so she will actually be receiving a paralegal pin today to signify that she's completed that program. But then we also have 2 students who are still working on their paralegal certificate, and we will recognize them as well with the NTHS certificate. So I would like to begin with Miss Ava Murrah, Miss Samantha Buckner, and Miss Cyan Robinson. I'm so proud of these girls. Now, we have a group of students that fall under Career Tech, and they deserve to be recognized because these are students who do not necessarily go out on Thursdays like the majority of the students here, but they actually participate on Saturdays as well. They're here after school. They have a little bit of a competitive streak, some of them more than others. But we are going to take a moment to recognize them. I have 4 seniors who will be recognized, and you guys will be receiving pins and your cords and certificates. But some of you, so some of these students are super involved, and I love it. You will actually come back forward and receive or take a picture with the group, even though you won't necessarily receive a second certificate, if that makes sense. These students have actually been taking a class with Mr. Hinton and Mr. Collins. They have both been helping. Mr. Collins has actually been part of our after school and weekend crew, and then Mr. Hinton has assisted in teaching Coastal Alabama drafting class. So students are also receiving college credit for these. So I'd like to begin with our seniors. Mr. Collins, will you pass out the robotics pins to the seniors? They should be in those cases. Yes, they will be receiving a pin. Miss Isabella Clements. Miss Karis Fleming. Perfect. Mr. Colin May. He's the one giving me this signal in the back. And Mr. Parker Wood. These are our 4 seniors. Then moving on to our 11th grade students, Miss Aiden Braswell, Mr. Paul Buckner, Gavin Durance, Ella Catherine Franklin, Brooklyn Grady, Bradley Henderson, Cassidy Herring, unofficially, Cade McKinnon, Archer Saranthus, Ilex Stillwell, Timothy Weisenhunt. And then for our sophomores, Mr. Noah Kustrid, Evan Kemper, Ethan Reed, and Miss Selah Tripp. Oh yeah, y'all gonna have to stack it. Yes, I don't think I might not have said that. These are our robotics students, so thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, now I'm going to ask Ms. Dewitt to come forward. This is something that we are so proud of for our students who have worked so hard, and I'm actually going to put Ms. Dewitt on the spot for just a second and see if she'll say a little bit about our CNA program.
I don't do well with talking in front of people, so I just wanted to say I have so enjoyed being here with this group, not only this year, but when we started the program. It's been a few years now that we've been doing this program, but the CNA track, it's a lot of fun. We enjoy it, especially anybody that wants to be in the medical field. You know, some pretty interesting things that we see and do, but it's a lot of hard work, a lot of hours put in, and then when we get to the state exams at the end, they have to stress about state exams, but it's a very good program. We appreciate Coastal partnering with us and allowing us to do this program, but anyways, that's it. I'm very proud of these students.
So because this is truly the first level of patient care, and because this is their first step for some of them in a long line of nursing school and all the things that that entails, we are going to have Ms. Dewitt actually pin them with medical pins, similar to how they do for the medical or for the nursing students. So they will be able to wear these for their graduation. I think that this is a very special group of students. All of these students are, but these students are truly becoming the hands and feet of Jesus whenever they are working with their patients. So we're going to begin with Miss Madison Dunning, Miss Layla Gibbs, Mr. Asa Gurley, Miss Addison Harville, Miss Lainey Hurtrider, slowing down since we're actually pinning them, sorry. Miss Chloe Howell, Miss Ava Massengill, Miss Brooklyn McElwain, Miss Auburn Weisenhunt, Miss Dewitt, get in there with them. You've worked just as hard. Okay, so now that we have done all of our college presentations, thank you very much. These are the students that are unable to be with us. We had several that were not feeling well and baseball. But we would like to take a few moments now and recognize some of these students who have gone above and beyond. We would like to begin with our airframe and power plant program, and I am going to ask Mr. Pickard, if he will, to share a little bit about the program, and then we will announce the awards.
I didn't know I was going to have to speak. No, I didn't. She warned me. Well, thanks for coming out. Big event, big show. And they've told us for several years now at Coastal how big and how, numbers and students and locations and campuses. And you could tell by the stack of, that's true. That's a pretty impressive stack of certificates there. And this is our first year with the A&P program, and it's for airframe and power plant. Well, we don't do the power plant in high school, but it's to learn a little bit about the industry because it's become so prevalent in Mobile. If you haven't been down to the downtown airport project, it's still a project, but it's going to be quite impressive. It already is with everything going on down there. And and this is the introduction to the career, basically. And we look forward to getting bigger and more, and next year it will be. So what else would you like to know? Oh, well, Coastal has a lot of, like I said, campuses, and they had multiple program of graduations today, and there were supposed to be others with me who didn't quite make it, but I was happy to come. So yeah, and it got me out having to drive Bay Minette. So thank you.
Excellent.
About anybody? So this isn't my education isn't my first career. This is my third career, but they've all been related to aviation. And so I've been teaching for like 10 years. I have never run into any student out in town in 10 years. No, just, I don't know, just different. So last summer, I was in Home Depot with about $400 worth of lumber I was trying to buy, and I'm not happy because I'm spending money. I'm not in a good mood when I got to spend that much money. So, and I hear like from way down, like 10 aisles away, Mr. Dicker! And it was Marley. After I had met her 2 weeks before that or something. So now it's been a whole school year, and if you know her, that's her. Yeah. So enjoyed having her. She did well. It's tough. Ask her. So anything else? No. Yeah, we have some more awards. A couple of awards.
Yes. So I had the opportunity to actually go, and they have a full hangar at Chickasaw, and going and seeing these students literally in their element is an absolutely phenomenal experience. So I'm so proud of how hard these students have worked and what they've done. So we would like to recognize a couple of them. Mr. Bickert, I think the awards are right up there. I'm going to begin with the On the Rise Award. The Rise Award honors a student who has shown meaningful growth throughout the year. They have developed in skill, confidence, and determination, rising to meet challenges placed before them. Their progress is both noticeable and commendable. We would like to give the On the Rise Award to Mr. Gideon Havens. Excellent. All right, next we have the Momentum Award, who honors a student who doesn't wait, they move. Once they learn a skill, they apply it with energy, confidence, and purpose, building progress step by step. Their drive and initiative continue to push them forward in meaningful ways. This student was elected for the Momentum Award not only for the dedication that she has in airframe and power plant courses, but also in skilled trade. This award goes to Miss Marley Steele. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Okay. Now we're going to move on to our robotics program. I'm going to ask Mr. Collins to come forward and talk about our robotics students.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. The robotics program here at Faith Academy has always held a special place in my heart. From participating in robotics as a student to now getting to come back as an instructor, has been one of the most full circle moments for me. From our early morning bus rides to nowhere, at least you would think we were going to nowhere by the time the GPS cuts out and you're just hoping that you remembered what the name of the school was you were trying to get to the worship sessions that would break out on the bus on the way home. There was nothing like a robotics trip, and there's no way to describe it other than you just had to be there. But I'm super proud of the students that I've had the chance to work with this year, and I am beyond proud of what they've accomplished and just excited to see what God does in store, or what God has in store for them next.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Collins. Okay, the Innovation Award honors a student who thinks beyond the expected and isn't afraid to approach challenges in new ways. Their creativity, problem solving, and forward thinking mindset set them apart in everything they do. This student consistently brings fresh ideas and a unique perspective to their work. This award goes to Mr. Colin May. Great job, Colin. The Future Success Award is presented to a student whose character, mindset, and determination point clearly toward future success. They approach opportunities with focus and intention and consistently demonstrate a strong sense of purpose. There is no doubt that they are on a path to do great things and they will be successful in their future. This award goes to Mr. Timothy Weisenhunt. Excellent. All right, I would now like to ask Mr. Parker Wood if he will come forward and share a little bit about the program and announce next year's president.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Parker Wood. I am part of the robotics program here at Career Tech. I'm currently a senior, and I've been a part of the program for 5 years, and I can't really explain how much it's meant to me. We've gone through early morning bus rides, like Mr. Collins said, and worship sessions with different groups, and it's amazing to see the dynamic of all these people come together and to create what I'd call a family dynamic, and work hard through challenges, through different things. My team, 38241A Ramtech, competed in 5 competitions, 2 signature events, which is something where teams from all over the world compete in. That can get you to the world's level competition. And we ended with going to our state competition, where we ended 13th in the state of Alabama. And something that I'd like to say to the future is just give opportunities to people that you don't think that are given opportunities, to the people that you don't believe or you don't think that are in the right place that they are. Give them another opportunity. Show different avenues of direction. Always keep your open mindset, and never be afraid to speak out. At this time, I'd like to announce our 2026-2027 president, Timothy Weisenhunt.
Okay, next we would like to recognize specific students who have been outstanding in the culinary program. So I'd like for Chef Beltran to come forward and share a little bit about culinary.
Hi everybody, I'm Chef Beltran.
also don't like to talk in front of people, so bear with me. Faith Academy's culinary class is more than a group of students learning recipes. It is a family built on grit, heart, sacrifice, and determination. Time and time again, these students showed up and said, "Okay, chef, what needs to be done?" Ready to work, ready to lead, ready to push through every obstacle placed in front of them. I think back to the mac and cheese competition, the heat beating down on us, the stovetops malfunctioning, resources stretched thin, and over 600 people continuously flowing in to be fed. Most people would have folded under that kind of pressure, but not this team, not these students. They stayed focused, they stayed determined, and despite every challenge, they walked away victorious, bringing home first place in 3 categories against professional restaurants. Every student played a role in that victory, from Clay spontaneously stepping up on the griddle without hesitation. By the way, he wasn't even in the program yet. And, and he's like, "Let me get on that pulled pork." I'm like, all right. To Gracie furiously making sauces with passion and precision, from Gabby and Copeland chopping nonstop to keep everything moving, to Thomas proudly talking every guest's ear off about how just delicious our mac and cheese was. Those moments may seem small to some, but together they create something unforgettable. These students woke up early and worked until late, long hours, tired feet. You know how many times I'm like, "Oh, my feet hurt, my back hurts." I'm like, welcome to the culinary industry. Stressful moments, yet no matter the task, they gave it everything they had. They rarely complained. Okay, there was a lot of complaining. Okay, I want to say they rarely complained, but they complained a lot. But they kept going, which is what matters. And then came this past Thursday during our very first Heaven's Kitchen in-house competition. As if competition day wasn't stressful enough, a massive storm rolled in and the power went out, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 separate times. But even darkness couldn't stop this team. They adapted, they stayed kind of calm. There was a few freakouts. We prayed a few times. They kept serving with excellence, with precision, with finesse. 30 guests were served with professionalism and heart. These students never gave up. Mary, Copeland, Jaden, Bricalen, Emily, Thomas, Clay, Gracie, and Gabby. I want each of you to know how deeply proud I am of you. What you've accomplished goes far beyond cooking. You've shown leadership, teamwork, perseverance, creativity, and strength under pressure. You've proven that excellence is not about perfect conditions. It's about showing up and giving your all no matter the circumstances. I am beyond blessed and grateful to have had you all in my class. The impact you've made will not be forgotten. You are loved and will be missed. Okay, beginning with the Servant Leadership Award. This award is given to a student who leads by example and put others before themselves. They demonstrate humility, integrity, and a willingness to serve both in and out of the kitchen. Their leadership is not about recognition, but it is about impact. The Servant Leadership Award goes to Mr. Clayton Hensel. Okay, next we have the On the Rise Award again. The Rise Award honors a student who has shown meaningful growth throughout the year and has improved, my understanding is, seasoning the chicken very well. They have developed in skill, confidence, and determination, rising to meet every challenge placed before them. Their progress is both noticeable and commendable. The On the Rise or Chicken Seasoning Award goes to Miss Emily Dowdle. Excellent. Next, we have the Excellent in Work-Based Learning Award. This award honors a student who has gone above and beyond in their work-based learning experience. Through initiative, responsibility, and a strong work ethic, they have made a lasting impression in a real-world setting. As a matter of fact, several times last week during their Heaven's Kitchen tournament, me and one of the other judges says, we can see him in the kitchen already. They represent the very best of hands-on learning. This award, Excellence in Work-Based Learning, goes to Mr. Jaden Nettles. And I'll have to say, if you ever open up a restaurant, I know you'll be fast. I watched how quickly you moved last week. It was good. It was good. Congratulations, Jaden. All right, next we have the Precision and Skill Award. This award goes to a student who demonstrates exceptional attention to detail and technical ability. They are committed to mastering their craft and take pride in doing things the right way. Their skill and precision is set as a high standard for others. The Precision and Skill Award goes to Miss Gabby Alexander. Excellent. Now I would like to ask Mr. Thomas Weatherly if he will come forward and announce next year's president.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Thomas Weatherly, and I'm a senior and a proud member of the very first group of culinary students at the school. And after graduating this school, I plan to attend Coastal Alabama to further my education in culinary arts and finance. And my ultimate goal is to have my own Italian restaurant. But this year, it's been nothing less than exceptional. And it's had so many struggles, but the blessings that come out of it is even better. And two memories that I have had this year that every time I think about this class, I'll remember. One is I cut my finger like the first 2 months in the program. It was decent. But yeah, it was the day before the mac and cheese competition. I was cutting onions preparing for the mac and cheese competition, and it just slipped and cut my finger. So please don't do that next year's group. It was not too fun. And the second one was our final competition. With everything that stacked against us, we did come and we did produce some good food and a great atmosphere. And I had the opportunity to serve as the captain of the blue team, and I really couldn't have done anything without my amazing teammates. And as we went into the final, I didn't really have that much faith that we would win, but I knew I was going to come and I was going to try and have fun. And then at the end of the day, the blue team won. So I was extremely shocked and excited and extremely proud of every single person that was on my team. And I really could not have done it without each and every single one of them. And to the next year's group, I just want to challenge you to do 3 things. 1, listen and learn. And I really struggled with the first part. But number 2, have fun. And number 3, give God the glory through it all. And I pray that y'all's class is able to do far more than we ever did and have much more fun and succeed throughout this program. And at this time, I'd like to announce next year's president of the program, Isabella Gonzalez.
All right. Now, for our C and A students, I'm going to ask Ms. Dewitt to come forward and share her speech.
A little more prepared this time. All right. So, as we come to the end of the school year, I just want to take a moment to say how incredibly proud I am of each and every one of my CNA students. becoming a CNA, like I said earlier, it's not an easy task. We spend lots of time in our lab. We study, take tests all throughout first semester. And then when we get to the end, I know a lot of them were stressing out over the state exams where they have to do another written test and a skills check-off as well, where they're watched one-on-one and marked off on things that they remember or forget or whatnot. But I want to say all 11 of mine this year passed the first time, so they did amazing with that. Even though they were stressed, they did good. But all the things, that they had to go through, they still pushed through these challenges, and I know it tested their patience, strength, and determination, but today they should all be very proud, and parents, you should be very proud of how far they've come. And I tell people all the time, if you ever hear me talking about my students, I tell them that I have the best students in the whole school, and I believe that, I really do. So we've had a great time this year, but what makes a great CNA is not only the knowledge and technical skills that they've learned this year, and it's the compassion, kindness, and ability to care for people during some of the most vulnerable and difficult times of their lives. I've seen several students, one in particular, we won't call names, but she told me that she changed her mind and she don't want to do medical, like halfway through the program. And there's fingers being pointed, but I didn't say any names. No, but whenever we got into the program, I was into the nursing home, because nursing homes sometimes they have it's a stigma to it. It takes a special person to be there and do that job. But I'm telling you, like, she amazed me with the compassion and everything that she had, and every single one of them showed the compassion. Definitely to the elderly patients when we were in the nursing home getting our CNA hours, and they've all done amazing. But like I said, I've seen the compassion and loving and kindness from each of these students. I'll watch them encourage others, and sometimes with some not so nice words. We won't call names on that either. But we encourage each other, stay committed even when things got hard, and they are growing into being great healthcare professionals. So as y'all move towards the future in your healthcare careers, remember that the work you do truly matters. A simple smile, a helping hand, or a few kind words can make a patient feel safe, respected, and cared for. Never underestimate the impact that you have on people's lives. And saying goodbye is never easy, because this class has become more than just students and lessons. You've become a team and a family, and I hope you carry these friendships, lessons, and memories with you. While this chapter is ending, a new and exciting one is just beginning. I believe in all of you and know that you will do amazing things. Congratulations to this class, and thank you for all your hard work, your dedication, and for allowing me to be a part of your journey.
All right, we will begin with the Career Readiness Award. The Career Readiness Award recognizes a student who demonstrates exceptional professionalism, reliability, and workplace readiness. Through strong communication, thoughtful planning, and consistent follow-through, this student has shown that they are prepared to step confidently into their future career. They represent what it truly means to be ready for the next level. The Career Readiness Award goes to Mr. Asa Gurley. The Perseverance Award recognizes a student who has faced challenges with determination and resilience. Through hard work and an unwavering commitment to their goals, they have continued to move forward despite obstacles. Their strength and persistence are truly inspiring. The Perseverance Award goes to Miss Lainey Hurtrider. Next, we have the Future Leader Award. The Future Leader Award is presented to a student who demonstrates strong potential and a positive influence on others around them. Through their attitude, actions, and willingness to serve others, they show what leadership can and should be. Their future impact is bright. The Future Leader Award goes to Ms. Auburn Weisenhunt. For the last award, to the CNAs, it is the Compassion in Action Award. This award honors a student who consistently demonstrates empathy, kindness, and a genuine desire to serve others. Whether in the classroom or on the field, they lead with care and compassion. Their action reflects a true heart for helping people. The Compassion in Action Award goes to Miss Chloe Howell. Now I'm going to ask Ms. Brooklyn McElwain to come forward, share a little, and then announce next year's president. Same girl. It's a struggle. That's right.
First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Brooklyn McElwain, and I'm the president of the medical branch of this program. I'm a senior here at Faith Academy, and after I graduate, I plan to go to Coastal Alabama to get my LPN, and later continue at South Alabama to receive my BSN, and further get my master's to become a nurse anesthetist in the future. During my time in college, I plan to work at Thomas Hospital as a CNA, which I received the certification during my time in this program. When I first heard about this program 3 years ago, sophomore me thought it was so cool because it was just a free day out of class. During my 2 years that I've been in this program, I've got to experience so many neat places, which ultimately helped me figure out what track I want to continue in. My personal favorite, the operating room at Providence Hospital, I was able to see what my future could look like. I was able to watch the nurse anesthetist in the room and see all the tiny details that go into one procedure. My favorite part of this program is all the friendships we build along the way, especially at Crown Nursing Home. When you come into an environment like the nursing home, you start to appreciate how lucky you are and appreciate all the small things, like walking on your own, driving, eating on your own, being able to sit up, and so many other tasks that we take advantage of daily. And when we come into an environment like this, the most important things that we can do is show our patients Jesus' love through our actions and our words. Tonight we are here not only to celebrate our achievements as a class, but all the hard work that we have put in, as well as Ms. Dewitt and Mr. Croy and Mr. Hinton also. When we all first entered this program, we thought we were going to end up somewhere in the medical field, but the good thing about this program is that we are not stuck. For some of us, we entered this program and quickly learned this is not what we wanted our futures to look like. And that is the real beauty of this program. It's a stepping stone in helping us get our foot into the real world and helping us puzzle together what we want to do. Rather than getting to college, having to switch majors because we decide this is not the track that we want to be on. But for the rest of us, it helped us assure us that this is the right path for us. And let's explore so many aspects of the healthcare world. This also allowed us to see that the healthcare field is not like Grey's Anatomy, and it showed us the reality of hard work that the healthcare professionals put in. Many of us got to be inspired by watching professionals who have our dream jobs, and we've also been challenged by all of our CNA hours at the nursing home. We can often overlook the small details that go into one patient, but I will not forget what one nurse told me at USA. She explained to me that without each person in the hospital, it would not be able to run, even down to the janitor. Even though they're not a healthcare professional, the hospital still could not run without them. And as we take the knowledge that we have learned from shadowing others, it is important to recognize that these experiences and life lessons are something that cannot be taught out of a textbook. To Ms. Dewitt, thank you for all that you have poured into us these past 2 years. You have never failed. You have always been here for us and always been our #1 supporter, and all the extra things that we do, like throwing us parties, coming to our games, and making us the cutest gifts. Thank you for treating us like family rather than students. To Mr. Croy and Mr. Hinton, thank you for every single day that you've poured into us and your students, and all the behind-the-scene work that made it possible for this program to run. To our friends and family, without all of you, who support us, we would not be sitting here today to accomplish all that we have. Thank you for being our biggest supporters along the way of this journey. To my fellow classmates, I'm beyond proud of all that we have accomplished. We have received so many certifications, some of which include our HIPAA, CPR, and bloodborne pathogen certifications, as well as all 126 hours of work that we have put in. This isn't just a class that we have to take to get credits, it is a sign of all of our hard work we have put in. All the hours training for check-offs, the countless days working at the nursing home, and all tests we studied for to get to this moment. So congratulations, seniors. We finally made it to the end of the Career Tech program. The next step is taking all that we've learned into the real world. And next, I would like to announce the new 2026-2027 medical president as Ms. Landry May.
All right, next we're going to move to our medical general group, and I've had the opportunity to work with these students, and it has been a roller coaster of a ride this year for sure, because we have been in all kinds of hospitals and doctor's offices, and we've had great experiences, and we've had character building experiences, and we've had all kinds of things that have happened, and I'm just super thankful for all of these students and their patience as we have embraced what this looks like for a medical, as far as general presentation goes. But for this group, I'm actually not going to share a huge story at the beginning. I'm just going to add a little bit for each person. The first award is the Career Readiness Award, which we've already kind of talked about today. It recognizes a student who demonstrates exceptional professionalism, reliability, and workplace readiness through strong communication, thoughtful planning, and consistent follow-through. This student has shown that they are prepared to step confidently into their future career. They represent what it truly means to be ready for the next level. But the catch is, this student is only a junior, and I absolutely love when he tells me, Ms. LaCroix, it's time for us to schedule another meeting because we need to discuss what I need to do for my future career. I have had to step up my game in order to keep up with him. This Career Readiness Award goes to Mr. Drew Beeson. Next, we have the Perseverance Award. The Perseverance Award recognizes a student who has faced challenges with determination and resilience. Through hard work and an unwavering commitment to their goals, they have continued to move forward despite obstacles. Their strength and persistence are truly inspiring. This student, unfortunately, has had to call me on more than one occasion with tears in her eyes and saying, Ms. LaCroix, and as soon as I hear her voice, I know that something else has happened. She has been an absolute light as far as an attitude of we'll try again next week, and I was so glad to see the end of her rotations turned into something that I hope were truly inspiring for her. But I have never seen a student who has given as much perseverance and continually brought me a good attitude as I have with Ms. Macy Stewart. So Macy, if you'll come forward for the Perseverance Award. The next award is the Compassion in Action Award. This award honors a student who consistently demonstrates empathy, kindness, and a genuine desire to serve others. Whether in the classroom or on the field, they leave with care and compassion. Their action reflects a true heart for helping people. This student has been part of our program, and she was going to different radiology places and had a little bit of an idea of what she thought she wanted to do with medical. And we had one of those days where I get the phone call the day before or sometimes the morning of that says, I'm so sorry, we cannot accommodate your student today. I would like to say that those were unusual times. They were not. But whenever I got the phone call, we made some other phone calls, and I turned to her and I said, I've got an opening in the CCU. Would you be willing to go? And she said, what is that? And I was like, I can't really tell you a lot about it myself, but we can go find out together. So we did some research on our own, but when she got there, there was no doubt in her mind, and she came and saw me the very next day with the good kind of tears in her eyes, saying, Ms. LaCroix, this is what I want to do. The CCU is an amazing place, and that's what I want to do. So I feel like it is very fitting for the Compassion in Action Award to go to Ms. Nia Mitchell. All right, next we have the Courage and Character Award. This is an award that goes to a student who demonstrates courage, positivity, and determination in every circumstance. They continue to move forward with strength and grace, forging their own unique path toward success. I have truly enjoyed getting to know this student because they have they've celebrated so many of their different observations. When we put the time in behind the scenes, and these instructors can speak to this, but we put in a lot of hours trying to get all the paperwork done and everything done. But when you have a student who comes back and was like, this was great, I just loved it, it was wonderful. Even if it wasn't the best experience, but they got the most that they could out of it, I could not be more excited to give the Courage and Character Award to Miss Selena DeFalla. All right, next we have the Guardian in Action Award. It is something that makes me smile to think that there might be a time in my future where I show up at a hospital or a doctor's office and or call a plumber or an electrician or need something done. Hopefully I don't have to call anybody in paralegal, but you know what I'm saying? Like I get to see you in future roles, and it makes me wonder sometimes, what would I do if you were the one who showed up, right? And as teachers, sometimes we're like, we'll be okay, and then other times we're like, we might not be okay. But I will tell you, I have never seen this student come more alive and heard better stories than when this student was in action. So we have a Guardian in Action Award. This award is presented to a student who consistently demonstrates compassion, dependability, and a natural ability to serve others. In moments that matter most, they remain steady, focused, and ready to help. They are someone that you can count on without hesitation, and they are also someone that the ER eventually would yell, hey, grab the gurney, we've got somebody coming in. So I'm very proud to give the Guardian in Action Award to Mr. Noah Guray. He's one that if I see his face, things might be bad, but I'll feel a little bit better. All right, the next is the Rising Healthcare Professional Award. I did not have the opportunity to know this lady until this school year, and I'm excited to present this to a student who has gone above and beyond in preparing for a future in healthcare. She actually at the beginning of this was putting in 10 to 12-hour shifts alongside her sister. So she worked really hard, and she has shown initiative, adaptability. She has an incredibly strong work ethic, and she has embraced absolutely every opportunity to grow. She truly embodies the heart of patient care. So the Rising Healthcare Professional Award goes to Ms. Madeline Nurse. Excellent. Okay. All right. We are now going to move on to the engineering section, and I'm going to ask Mr. Hinton to come forward, and we're going to give out our engineering and skilled trade awards.
So, good afternoon. My name's Sean Hinton. This is my first year teaching ever, and I moved from the more of the blue-collar fields of both engineering and welding and metal fabrication into teaching at Faith. And there's a lot of things that especially when you haven't gone to school for teaching, that you don't feel like you're prepared for. And there were several things I definitely didn't feel prepared for when I got here, but we make things work. The Lord puts you where He wants you, not exactly where you're equipped for in the moment. One of the things was just the amount of leadership that I saw out of students, where it was coming forth from places that you don't always see it coming. Whether it was students stepping up because there were things that just needed to be done and someone was willing to do it, or if it was just the idea that regardless of the situation in the classroom, they could serve alongside their peers. They could go to work somewhere where they maybe didn't want to be there for the day because maybe a rotation or a conflict happened where now I know you don't want to be in this kind of field, but this is where all we've got, and they went and they would do the best they could. To even be getting to a point where I was sitting in classroom and felt like I don't understand how I'm supposed to teach these kids. I feel like all of them are smarter than me. And I made that comment to my wife. It was probably only about 2 weeks into school, and her advice was, don't let them see you panic. They can smell fear. And for context, she's a kindergarten teacher, and so I feel like it really rings true, at least on her side of the building. But all that's to say was it was the best first year teaching that I could have asked for. I've got to meet several young people that are moving on to the world that I know that, especially within the fields of engineering and skilled trades, they're going to be building a better world, and not necessarily because of the things that we poured into them, but because you can look at them and know that they're trusting that the Lord's going to put them where they need to be. So, and with that, I just wanted to say to the parents also, thank you for letting us be a part of your students' lives. It means a lot. So.
All right, we will now present a Career Readiness Award. This award recognizes a student who demonstrates exceptional professionalism, reliability, and workplace readiness through strong communication and thoughtful planning and consistent follow-through. This student has shown that they are prepared to step confidently into their future career. Mr. Hinton said they always came dressed for the job at hand, as though they could be hired on the spot. So this award goes to Mr. Jackson Villegas Williams. All right, next we have the Future Success Award. This award is presented to a student whose character, mindset, and determination point clearly toward future success. They approach opportunities with focus and intention and consistently demonstrate a strong sense of purpose. There is no doubt they are on a path to do great things. Mr. Hinton did say that this student is someone who he has no doubt will own his own business and run it very successfully. The Future Success Award goes to Mr. Landon Sims. The Balanced and Focused Award is presented to a student who works hard to maintain balance across all things, including their academics, personal, athletic, and professional responsibilities. Their commitment to growth and success is evident in everything they do. They strive to give their best in every area of life, and this person has even received a job offer already getting into college. We would like to present the Balanced and Focused Award to Mr. Gavin Sowers. All right. Connor. Mr. Yeager is going to come forward and announce next year's president.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Connor Yeager, and I'm proud to serve as president of the NTHS engineering program. I'm currently a senior, and I was in trade last year and engineering this year. And after high school, I'll be heading to South Alabama to study civil engineering and then get my coastal engineering certificate, and I could not be more excited. One of the highlights of Career Tech has been getting real-world exposure through observation hours and shadowing. We don't just learn about these careers, but we actually get to see them in action and get the actual experience of doing most of the things that they do on a daily basis. I've completed around 120 observation hours, and if there's anything I've taken away, it's that engineering is so much more about math and diagrams. It's teamwork, creative, problem solving, and applying it to the real world. To next year's group, take advantage of every opportunity in front of you. Ask questions, show up, and don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, because that's where the real growth happens. And now, it's my honor to announce the 2026 and 2027 NTH President, Michaela Cheatham.
If my life could be a movie, it would be called A Series of Unfortunate Events. I think our mic is dying, but Mr. Collins is going to assist me. Okay, next we are moving on to skilled trade. With our skilled trade students, that classroom runs a little differently than some of our others because these dear darling students are doing things like hanging from the rafters, literally, although some of our engineering students did as well. We are going to recognize a few of these students for their exceptional and outstanding abilities in skilled trade, beginning with the Innovation Award, which honors a student who thinks beyond the expected and isn't afraid to approach challenges in new ways. Their creativity, problem solving, and forward-thinking mindset set them apart in everything that they do. The student consistently brings fresh ideas and a unique perspective to their work. The Innovation Award goes to Mr. Grant Harbin. Next, go ahead, sorry, Grant, I didn't mean to take that away. Next, we have the Servant Leadership Award. This award is given to a student who leads by example and puts others before themselves. They demonstrate humility, integrity, and a willingness to serve both in and out of their classroom. Their leadership is not about recognition, but about impact. The Servant Leadership Award goes to Mr. Landon Ryan. Next, we have the Precision and Skill Award, which recognizes a student who demonstrates exceptional attention to detail and technical ability. They are committed to mastering their craft and take pride in doing things the right way. Their skills and precision set high standards for others, and this student even earned a little bit of money on the side for how skilled he was when it came to operating equipment. So the Precision and Skill Award goes to Mr. Brady Alford. Next, we have another Perseverance Award. This award, although it has been given a couple of times, looks a little different for this student. This student is someone who wasn't quite sure exactly what they wanted to do, so they wanted to try a little bit of everything. And the perseverance and resilience that they showed through this program was surprising but refreshing. They have continued to work forward despite whatever obstacles and whatever their experiences have been. We are excited to see what actually does happen with the career of Mr. Luke Matthews. So. Now I would like to ask Mr. Jackson Villegas Williams to come forward and announce next year's president.
Good evening. My name is Jackson Villegas Williams, and I've had the privilege of serving as the president of the trade track here. And actually, I was in the trade track last year, and I switched over to engineering this year. And currently a senior, and I've been in this program for 2 years. And I just like to say I've seen all of the talent and potential that this program has in it. When I first started this program, I was pretty sure that my future would be in technical design and mechanics. And one of the greatest lessons this program has taught me is that growth often means changing a direction. And while I value everything that I've built here, I've realized my true calling is in healthcare. After graduation, I plan to attend Troy University to study nursing with the long-term goal of becoming a physician assistant. My time in Career Tech gave me the clarity to find a path where I can combine problem-solving mindset with direct patient care. And during my time here, I've completed about 120 hours of field experience and observation. And I say a very defining moment for me would be working with the Wave Basin facility at the University of South Alabama. And while I enjoyed looking at wave gauge data and doing lab reports, it helped me realize that I wanted a career focused more on human connection. And it was a formative experience for me that taught me to be honest about myself and where I can make the biggest impact. And to next year's group, I challenge you to stay curious and, more importantly, stay open. You might find that your true passion is exactly what you signed up for, or you might find it's something entirely different. Both are successes. Use this time to discover who you are, not just what you can build. It is now my honor to announce the 2026-2027 president, Landon Ryan.
Thank you, Jackson. All right, for our child development presentation, child development program, we are going to recognize an emerging leader. This award recognizes a student who takes initiative and actively seeks out opportunities to grow. Through their actions and problem-solving mindset, they demonstrate leadership in meaningful ways. They are continuing to develop into a strong and capable leader. The Emerging Leader Award goes to Ms. Mia Lott. Next, we have another Balanced and Focused Award, and this is a student who worked so hard all semester long, all year long, but she worked hard to keep a balance both with her academic, personal, and professional responsibilities, even if that meant sometimes sitting out on rotation. Their commitment to growth and success is evident in everything they do. They strive to give their best in every area of life. The Balanced and Focused Award goes to Ms. Emma Lawson. We were in a unique position this year, and Mr. Gabriel Summerlin actually finished his child development program last year and was elected president. Then his schedule changed, and so he wasn't actually able to join us in class, but he is the standing president for child development, and I would like for him to come forward and announce next year's class president. Step to the side, please. I skipped one. I apologize. I skipped right over it. My laptop died. You don't know the struggle bus right now, dude. Okay. We have one more award for this. This award honors a student who approaches every opportunity with heart, dedication, and enthusiasm. This is the Passion and Purpose Award. This student started out with a medical program. She did medical for an entire year. Then she chose to move over to education because she felt like that might be a better fit. And now she is joining what looks like speech pathology or somewhere down that area. It's a very unique career to pursue for sure. No matter the setting though, she gives her full effort and cares deeply about whatever work she is given to do. Her passion will carry her far in whatever path they do choose to pursue. So the Passion and Purpose Award goes to Ms. Tinsley Classman. Now, Gabe.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gabriel Summerlin, and had the privilege of being the president of the education track and being a part of it. I'm currently a senior, and we have learned so much through our time in this track, and it was a very eventful year I had last year. For my future goals, I plan to attend the University of Mobile and further my education in history, with intentions of being a history teacher here in the Mobile area. I wish to create a classroom where students feel comfortable in learning and have an eager and hunger to learn more, and they are able to connect the past to their future because we can all learn from the past. During my time in education, I have learned mostly very good things to learn about history, mainly like who did this at this time or who did that. Specific things that most students would think, yeah, who cares and who needs to know about that. But these events help us learn more about our past, which helps us connect our future because we can learn from the past. One thing I was able to do was I shadowed last year under Coach Sully, who's our U.S. History 1 teacher here at Fifth Academy, and he was doing one of his classroom debates. And if you were in his class, you know it was the presidential debate where 4 students get the opportunity to come up and act as a president and have a debate with all the other candidates on why the people should select them as president. I got to hear all the interesting ideas, responses, and statements from all these students on how they would make America an amazing place and why they should be chosen over the others. But one major thing I learned is their mind is so they have such a creative mind and they have such a willingness to learn more. I desire for students to learn more and feel comfortable in a classroom and have a love for history. For the upcoming students in career tech for education, I challenge you with this. Have a true love for the next generation and give everything that you can so they'll be able to grow while learning. Have the effort, patience, and encouragement to give to your students that can leave a lasting impact on their lives and always strive for them to inspire their best self. It's my honor to announce the 2026 and 2027 President, Elisa Prince.
Sorry. Yeah, Elisa wasn't able to make it back to join us. All right, but thank you. That's great. Okay. Thank you for your patience, guys. We are almost there, I promise. All right, the very last section that we have as far as the tracks go is the paralegal track. We have a Future Success Award who is going to a student who is very interested in not only family law, but getting in the courtroom and getting as many opportunities as she can. She approaches these opportunities with focus and intention, consistently demonstrating a strong sense of purpose. We would like to present the Future Success Award to Ms. Cyan Robinson. This last award recognizes a student who demonstrates exceptional professionalism, reliability, and is workplace ready. She's even been accepted into our FBI Teen Academy for Mobile. So through strong communication, thoughtful planning, and consistent follow-through, we would like to give the Career Readiness Award to Ms. Samantha Buckner. as our awards are coming to a close, and we have just a few more of our top tier awards to give out, and we will be done. I know that everybody is ready to go. But there are a few things that we definitely want to bring attention to. One of them is for the business of the year. And I'm going to be quite honest, we ran out of time before the ceremony came with everything being jumbled about. This is one of the most important parts. And if you have access to a company or a business and you ever want to share names, please feel free to do so. But we have companies that we work with. We tallied them up. We have over 165 companies that we actually work with throughout the semester. That's a lot. And we even gave them little thank you bags, and I have quite a few more to still pass out. So if you were one of those companies, just be patient with me. But we gave out little thank you cards. The students wrote them in class, and then we distributed them or started distributing them last week. It has been a desire of mine to acknowledge at least one business every year that is a business of the year. And this is a business that dealt with our students on the most splendid level. They made sure that they had a great experience while they were there, and even if they got a little ill, they were there to help alongside them. But I even, one morning, I had a student who I was standing in a parking lot, and I was about to walk the student in to start their rotation, and I got a notice that the rotation had been canceled. And literally I called Ms. Dewitt and I said, who do we know that we can put a medical student at? I don't even know who to call, and she said, call Sunrise Dermatology. So I'm not sure if Ms. Brittany was able to make it, but if she is, come forward. If not, Carly, I'm going to ask that you come in her place. But we would like to recognize Sunrise Dermatology as our business of the year. Next, we will be recognizing the Instructor's Choice Awards. These are for students who were above and beyond what you would see from an average student. So I would like to begin by asking Mr. Pickard to announce his Instructor Choice Award.
Okay, I thought I was done, but here we are. Yeah, I'm not used to this. We have had an increase in our high school, population of students. We have 5 different high schools that we have our program in, and it's grown. And I've been at a couple different ones, and I don't know what to say about her, but Ardella, could you please come up? And she's very motivated, to say the least. I can't really say that like I said, I see a lot of high school students at a lot of different schools, and she's only this big, but she's got as much focus and determination as I've seen. Like I said, I've been doing this for like 10 years, so congratulations. Nice job. Oh, wow.
All right. I have the honor of honoring this student. This student is near and dear to my heart. Whenever to think about the embodiment of robotics, one student very clearly comes to mind, and it was without a doubt whenever we were going through the awards, the people that deserved this, his name was at the top of everyone's list. This student is the embodiment of Faith Academy Robotics. He's the spirit of Faith Academy Robotics, and excited to see what the Lord has in store for him. So it's my honor to present the Instructor's Choice Award to Mr. Parker Wood.
again. Choosing a student for this award was both easy and hard. I genuinely love every single one of you, and you all deserve to be recognized. That was what made it a hard decision. But as I was thinking back at who out of all my students really stood out, I kept going back to the same name. This student, although timid to leadership, shined under pressure. She is a true diamond. I have always believed in her even when she was unsure. She grew so much in the kitchen, both in culinary techniques and leadership. Just like I thought she would. She should be so proud of herself and all she has accomplished this year. And believe me, the first assignment she took part in was interesting, to say the least. Sugar cookies, you know who you are. Her personality made her easy to teach, and the conversations we had I remember and cherish. She, on many occasions, stayed after school when she could to help make cookies or finish orders, clean, literally anything I needed help with. In our final, she showed how much of a great leader she truly is. Through all the tough trials her team endured, she never quit. Her perseverance reminds me of 2 Timothy 4:7. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Now there is in store for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day, and not only to me, but also to all who have longed for his appearing. Keep your faith and follow God always. He shall always steer you in the right direction. Please join me into congratulating the recipient of this award, the Lock-In Queen, aka Princess Tiana, aka my adoptive daughter, for Kaylin Ransom.
Alrighty, for the instructor award for the CNA class, I had difficulty trying to decide who should get it because, like I said, I have the best students. So they all deserve awards. But the student I chose, she constantly had a good attitude in class. No matter what she is asked to do, she was willing to do. And several times, you know, if we got done a few minutes early, she would be one to ask, can I go to the medical lab and practice my skills, and always wanting to do her very best, asking us if she's doing things correctly, and taking pride in what she does and juggling all things. She has other obligations even outside of school, and always did her very best. And the instructor award for this year goes to Miss Layla Gibbs.
In the skilled trades, when it came to choosing a student for the Instructor's Choice Awards, it was pretty clear pretty quickly who I thought was the most deserving of it. But it was getting to that process was interesting, because when I was thinking about it, I was like, you know, if we can be honest, for the most part, we are a bunch of goofballs in that class. However, you guys are a bunch of goofballs that really know how to work hard whenever the time comes to it, and that's something that should be celebrated. However, there is a difference in work ethic and doing all things as unto the Lord, and I think this student demonstrates that more than anything. I had the chance to work personally with them in a couple school projects twice, and in both instances, he was more than willing to work late, stay longer than was necessary, and just do a good job for the sake of doing a good job, because that was what was right. So it's my honor and privilege to award this to Mr. Drake Wise.
I have no official speech because time ran out, but I will say a few things about this student. This student is one who surprised me, and I'm going to take just a moment. I get to take just a minute, and they are deserving of being bragged on. This student has worked very hard, and I am not going to tell all of the students' secrets as far as what their life looks like and their personal lives and how they perform academically, but there's a lot of things that are required of you guys, right? Like normal things, like English assignments and history assignments and online assignments, and then anatomy assignments, right? And Bible assignments and memory verse quizzes, and there's so many things. And if you struggle in school, then that just makes it that much more challenging, right? Because you have to do that as well as complete all the tasks that we give to you. But this student has gone above and beyond just completing those tasks. They have knocked it out of the park. This student has completed one full program, as mentioned earlier, but also came back and was willing to help. As a matter of fact, last week, she even recruited her sister to come and help as we sat in the floor and organized thank you gifts. I cannot tell you how much it means to an instructor that someone is willing to stay and put in the extra hours. We know what it requires, but when a student recognizes that as well and comes alongside and works with us, it just means more than words can ever say. I am going to miss her dearly. This instructor award goes to Miss Ava Murrah. All right, now I know that we have given so many awards, and I know that this has been a very long ceremony, and I know that there have been, I feel like, a lot of obstacles that we've had to overcome just to have the ceremony, to be quite honest. But I will say I can't end without us acknowledging one more student. And this is a student who goes above and beyond what is required of them as well, even when I give them pure grief. This student has become basically, I feel like his last name could easily be changed to LaCroix, and I'd be okay with it. But we have what we have now designated as the Elevate Award. It is someone who puts in the extra hours and does all of the extra things, not just for his own program, but for other programs. So they're not just concerned about one track or the next. They are going to do whatever is asked of them. I love it most, though, that I can give this award to the student because I can give him so much grief, whether he is accidentally putting duct tape on the walls or forgetting to include me in the list of teachers, or if he is building a box for culinary or helping with cornhole boards that he's not going to forget before he graduates. But I would like to give the Elevate Award and the top honor to Mr. Connor Yeager. It's okay. It's okay. You hold just one moment. I forgot something. No, I forgot to announce the next paralegal. I'm sorry. Guys, everything's died. My phone's dead. My laptop's dead. I'm winging it at this moment. I completely forgot to ask Ava to come forward and announce the next paralegal award. And for the record, while she's coming, I have to say that Connor is the one who reminded me of that. He also told me that he's never known another teacher's aide who needed a teacher's aide as badly as he did, because our lives are constantly circling a drain, it feels like. So anyway, so I am now going to thank Connor again and let Ava announce the next paralegal award.
I'm Ava Murrah. I was the president for the paralegal program within Elevate. It's my senior year, and I have had a privilege of being part of this program for 2 years. My first year, I was in the paralegal program, but this year I actually transferred into the medical program. After graduating, I plan to work as a paramedic and later pursue a career in travel psychiatric nursing. I will be attending the University of South Alabama this fall to study psychology. And during my time in this program, I've completed 36 field hours and earned 9 credits through the paralegal program, as well as 90 field hours and 6 college credits through the medical program. I earned certifications in CPR, AED, first aid, basic life support, bloodborne pathogens, HIPAA, and work ethic, along with a certification in my paralegal studies. One of my favorite memories from rotations was helping support a patient's life in the back of an ambulance, and that experience really did make a big impact on my life. The upcoming career tech students, I encourage you to truly get involved in your rotations. Take advantage of every single opportunity. Make connections as much as you can, and do not be afraid to step in and really learn. At this time, I will be announcing the paralegal president for the 2026-2027 school year. So Samantha Buckner, you've been selected to be our next president. Congratulations.
Oh boy. Do I want to give you one?
Yeah, you should. All right. We would like to take a moment to thank the one person who makes all of this possible. There truly is only one person who can juggle as much as Miss LaCroix. We have seen what goes on behind the scenes of running this amazing program. It is only possible because of all of your hard work. There's not a moment that goes by where we are not tied up with a million different things, like finding someone for each student to shadow because of a last-minute cancellation, sending me and Archer to find someone's AirTags to connect it to the new iPads, or helping run the robotics program. And yet, through it all, you have always been there. You are there when things are tough, like staying until almost 6 o'clock with Colin working on code, because God forbid Parker's team doesn't have autonomous 1 point. You are also there for the good things, like our trip to Gatlinburg, where we made some amazing memories, some of which we still don't talk about. Word is that Brooklyn's still recovering from her concussion. But seriously, you make a personal connection with each and every student who goes through one of the Sarah LaCroix programs, and that is truly something special. It takes a lot to run everything you do and still pour your whole heart into it.
Okay, you have helped us through things that many teachers would just see as a blip in our life, but you have helped us realize that these small things will show later in our future. You have never once made us feel unequal, unloved, or unheard, and you have treated us as your extra children and shown us what it feels like to have a second mom. Time and time again, you have stopped what you were working on just to listen to whatever problems we have. You have sat through many arguments, including me and Archer's, but you have always helped us resolve the problem. There has been many days where I've walked into school not in the best mood, and you never fail to notice. You notice all the small things. When I've came to you crying about life, friends, or even robotics, you have always provided me a shoulder to cry on, because that is just who you are. You are special, Miss LaCroix, and even if you don't see it, your actions don't go unnoticed, and you have become family to us and left your impact in each and every one of our lives.
We wanted to say how appreciative we are of you, even if we don't always show it. You are truly an amazing teacher and administrator, and we could not ask for better. Thank you for showing up and being a pillar in each of our lives, even if yours is chaotic. I think I speak for everyone when I say we are beyond grateful for everything you do. Even though it's not much, we wanted to get you something, and we got you these. And we got some from Mr. Hinton.
Thank you, guys. I really would like to just take a moment to thank the parents. I know this has been a long ceremony. In some ways, this has been a long school year. Students, I am so proud of you and all that you are going to accomplish. I'm going to ask Ms. Chester to pray us out because Lord knows we need it. So, Ms. Chester, if you'll come forward.
Thank you, Lord, for this awesome school year. Thank you for all these students that have put forth so much hard work, Lord. We just ask that you guide them as some of them are leaving us, and that you just help them find their purpose, Lord, and that they are willing to listen to your voice. For those that are staying, we just ask that they are continuing in this track that they're trying to blossom in, or actually are blossoming. Thank you for the parents that are here and all the support that these parents provide their students. And we thank you for our instructors who really pour their heart into helping these kids find their purpose in you, Lord. We also just thank you for an awesome, awesome school year. Amen. You are dismissed.